Knowledge opens the door to the opportunity, achievements, success, and wealth. Good morning to everyone present here for the International Conference on Research, Innovation and Entrepreneurship for the Sustainable Economic Development organization by Department of Accounting and Finance and Corporate Secretaryship, partner, Patrician College of Arts and Science in the collaboration with Department of Corporate Secretaryship with CA of Congo Arts and Science College. Now I request the gathering to rise for the Tamil Thai followed by the invocation.
கருவாக்கி உருவாக்கி எனையாண்டு காத்தருளும் இறைவா நன்றி. எங்கும் நிறைந்தோனே எல்லை இலாதானே, எங்கேயும் எப்போதும் என் குலம் காப்பவனே. நெஞ்சம் துணிய துணையாய் வருவாய், நேர்மறை உணர்வுகள் பெருகிடச் செய்வாய். உடலில் உறுதியை பெரிதாய் தருவாய், உனை உணரும் அறிவை என்னுள்ளருள்வாய். சுற்றமனைத்தும் காப்பவனே, செய்தொழிலில் ஏற்றம் தருபவனே, எடுத்த செயலில் வெற்றி கொடு, என் ஆற்றல் பெருகிட அருளை கொடு. கருவாக்கி உருவாக்கி எனையாண்டு காத்தருளும் இறைவா நன்றி. வல்லமை தந்து நீ வளர்ச்சி கொடு, அகத்திலும் புறத்திலும் மலர்ச்சி கொடு. வளர்ச்சி கொடு, வளர்ச்சி கொடு, வளர்ச்சி கொடு, வளர்ச்சி கொடு.
To be inspired is a dream, but to be inspiration is an honor. I invite Dr. T.V. Manjusha, Head Department of Accounting and Finance, Patrician College of Arts and Science, to welcome the gathering. Our biggest challenge in this new century that seems abstract, sustainable development, and turn it into a reality for all the world's people, quoted by Kofi Annan. Good morning, everyone. I deem it a great pleasure and honor to welcome you all to this inaugural session of the International Conference on Research, Innovation, and Entrepreneurship for Sustainable Economic Development, organized by Department of Accounting and Finance and Corporate Secretariat, Patrician College of Arts and Science, in collaboration with Department of Corporate Secretariat with CA and Professional Accounting, Kongu Arts and Science College, Europe. On behalf of both the institutions, I thank and welcome our chief guest, Dr. Iniya Kendral Madam, co-founder, Make Educational Trust and Charitable Foundation, Boston, USA, who had accepted our invite and has made a presence in person. We thank you, Madam, and welcome you, Madam. I place my gratitude and welcome to all the eminent resource people and presenters from various parts of the world who are going to join us and share their expertise in various sessions today on research, innovation, entrepreneurship, and sustainable development. With great joy, I welcome the dignitaries from Kongu Arts and Science College, Thiru P.D. Thangavai, Correspondent, Dr. H. Vasudevan, Dean of Academics, Dr. K.K. Alagopan, Head Department of Corporate Secretariat, with CA in Professional Accounting for associating and coordinating with us in successfully organizing this conference. Hearty welcome to our Director, Reverend Brother Dr. Stanislaus, Principal Dr. Usha George, Vice Principals Dr. Arogyamari Geeta Das and Dr. D. Meena, who are the guiding and driving forces for all the innovative things we execute in the field of education. I also welcome Dr. Muthukumarave, Head Department of Corporate Secretariat, Dr. Shripriya, PIC Coordinator, who had been working meticulously round the clock to make this program happen. My heartiest welcome to the untiring and enthusiastic organizing committee members of Kongu Arts and Science College and Patrician College of Arts and Science who have pulled up their thoughts, efforts to organize this international conference. My gratitude will welcome to all the heads of the department, faculty members and students from both the institutions who have joined us to witness and learn about how to make sustainable economic development feasible in the current scenario. And special thanks to all our students who have made your presence both physically and virtually. Thanks for accepting our invite, and I welcome you all from the bottom of my heart. Ladies and gentlemen, with these remarks, I wish to welcome you all to this conference, and I hope that this conference affords all participants an opportunity to chart a new course for leveraging the ideas presented here in transforming every act performed for economic development a sustainable one. Thank you. Now I invite Dr. K.K. Alagappan, Head Accounting of Kongu Arts and Science College, to introduce our chief guest.
I am glad to introduce our today's chief guest, Dr. Iniya Kendral, who is the co-founder of Make Educational Trust and Charitable Foundation from United States of America. Dr. Iniya Kendral is a doctor by profession and has got her master's in healthcare. She is a multifaceted personality. She is an author, mental well-being counselor, and also a branding expert. She is running multiple business at global level. She is taking care of recruitment and training in US, Singapore, and in India. Startups is the order of the day, and it is gaining momentum day by day and plays a vital role in a country's economic growth. Our chief guest, Dr. Iniya Kendral, is a mentor for many startups. She is a global level trainer for TATI. She is also running a leading digital marketing company. We are pleased to have such an enthusiastic person as our today's chief guest, and we believe to have a wonderful opening in our today's international conference. Thank you.
Offer to anyone is honoring the guest. I welcome Brother Dr. A. Stansworth, Director and Secretary, Petition College of Arts and Science, to honor our chief guest with the show. Thank you, brother. I invite Dr. Nikita Das, Vice Principal, Shift 2, to present the thanks offering to our chief guest. Thank you, ma'am. I welcome Dr. B. Meena, Vice Principal, Shift 1, to present the token of love. Thank you, ma'am. Felicitation is an inspiration to others and motivation to who you are felicitating. Now I invite Dr. Usha George, Principal, Petition College of Arts and Science, to facilitate the gathering.
Very good morning. It's my pleasure to extend a very warm welcome to our distinguished speaker, keynote speaker of the day, Dr. Inia Tendral, on behalf of Congo Arts and Science College and Petition College of Arts and Science, to deliver the inaugural address today. Good morning and a warm welcome to all the officials of Congo Arts and Science College and our college, research participants, faculty participants, and you dear students for this two-day international conference that is being jointly organized by the two colleges on the theme Research, Innovation, and Entrepreneurship for Sustained Economic Development. I'm sure that the session that you're going to have today during the inaugural address is going to be a very interesting and thought-provoking one, because through the brief interactive session that we had understood what a dynamic personality our keynote speaker is. Thank you for accepting and being here with us to deliver the keynote address. I would like to appreciate the organizing team of both the colleges for your joint effort in organizing and conducting this conference. A lot of hard work has gone into by the organizing team. My appreciations and congratulations to the faculty members of both the institutions. To come to the topic, it is something very, very relevant and useful for the present generation. Research, innovation, and entrepreneurship. We are all aware of the present situation. The dreams, the desires, the aspirations, and the potential of the young minds, which needs to be fulfilled or realized, through a successful career. Is it possible? A big question arises. Is it possible? Because in the next few years, we have millions of youth who will be graduating, entering into the workforce, searching and looking out for a successful career. Will our society be able to give you a position? A successful career is a big question mark. So the question of research, innovation, and entrepreneurship comes in there. What is required from young minds is like you is to be creative, inquisitive, and to create. The institutions are trying to provide a culture, an ecosystem of promoting research in the institutions, facilitating innovative minds so that it will catalyst or create an interest in you into entrepreneurial ventures to overcome the employment crisis in the future. So what is required of the young minds like you, of researchers, is to think differently. There are thousands of opportunities. What you need to do is to innovate. The statement that you need to be job creators, job providers, rather than job seekers might appear to be very trite, something which is repeated and has lost its sheen, but that is the truth. A situation should come and you should not be looking behind or looking forward for a job from somebody else, but you should be in a position to create jobs and to provide jobs for others. And entrepreneurship is the best choice. We need to identify the various opportunities which will enable you to make use of your creative ideas, innovative ideas to build a successful career so that you will have not only for yourself, be self-sufficient, but also contribute towards the economic development of our nation. Today we know that already a lot of new technological tools have come into every sphere of life. We talk about the big nomenclatures like big data analytics, robotics, Python, artificial intelligence, and so on. It has seeped into every sphere of life, be it medicine, health, agriculture, whatever it is, you find these technological tools coming in. Are you skilled? Have you updated yourself with these skills so that you can find a placement for you? So you need to reflect whether you are updated and skilled for a successful career. If not, prepare yourself for entrepreneurship. And this conference that has been organized for 2 days is to give a platform, a roof for every researcher, for every participant to voice their innovative ideas, research ideas, and for further deliberations and publication of their articles so that their innovative ideas can be disseminated to a larger public. I hope the conference will open new avenues, new perspectives to think about innovation, research, and entrepreneurship and catalyst young minds to become entrepreneurs. So once again, I congratulate and appreciate the two colleges for organizing this 2-day conference. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Such a wonderful motivation speech. Now I welcome Dr. H. Vasudevan, Dean of Academic, Congo Arts and Science College, to felicitate the gatherings.
Good morning. I am happy to welcome you all to the conference organized by Department of Corporate Secretaryship, Congo Arts and Science College, and in association with the Patterson College. The COVID-19 pandemic has changed everything, our world, our life, and even our imagination also. It has permanently altered many concepts and has impacted the business across the world. Entrepreneurs have faced both opportunities and consequences. Both the sides are available here. Entrepreneurs all over the world need new, very different action plans and strategies. Because of pandemic, entrepreneurs need new strategies to face the situation. The Vice President of US, third Vice President of US, Thomas Jefferson said, every generation needs a new revolution. The revolution now required is many innovations in business for development. That is the need of the hour. In India, AIM, Atal Innovation Mission initiative promotes the culture of innovation and entrepreneurship effectively by the PM's views. At this center, the Department of Corporate Secretaryship and Professional Accounting, Congo Arts and Science College, and the Department of Accounting and Finance and the Corporate Secretaryship, Patrician College of Arts and Science, set a platform for the deliberations with eminent resource persons. Thank you, Madam Sas. On behalf of Congo Arts and Science College management, correspondent and principal, I take this opportunity to convey our warm greetings and felicitations to the organizers and participants. A special congratulations to Dr. K.K. Alagappan and team and head staff members of Patrician College. We, the Kongu family, extend our best wishes for the success of the International Collaborative Conference on Research, Innovation and Entrepreneurship for Sustainable Development. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We have come to the most awaited session of this international conference on research, innovation, and entrepreneurship for a sustainable economic development. I invite Dr. Iniya, co-founder, Make Educational and Charitable Foundation, Boston, United States of America, to present the keynote and inauguration.
Am I audible? Sathama Solalam. Am I audible? A very good morning to everybody here. First of all, I'd like to thank Patrician College of Arts and Science, Chennai, and Kongu Arts and Science College, Erode, for inviting me, also arranging this conference and doing a great job here, right? So I'd also like to thank brother as well, principal, vice principal, faculties of Kongu Arts and Science College as well. So thank you so much in person, and thank you to all of you all, the future innovators. Thank you so much. Why am I thanking you all? Maybe let's say 10 years later, I might be using something that you people innovated. Maybe use I might be using some apps that you develop. Right? So thank you in advance. You are the great minds of the future. Right? So before I go into this, I just want you all to understand few things. Today you are all in college. Arthamo, seriousness of Puriyad, maybe research, innovation, entrepreneurship. The words look complicated for some people. It's very dictionary. You can think. You can think. See, this is all today. But in the future, you will have the spark to do all this. We will be lacking certain things that we should have cultivated now itself. That is the skills. So, to know what we want in the future, you have to sustain yourself and prepare yourself today. This is one thing. Secondly, you need to understand everything at two aspects. One is theoretical, one is practical. Okay? Theory or vishayam understand easily you can execute it. Practically you understand something, you will succeed in it. Either you collaborate, you will be outstanding. ஸோ இதை மட்டும் எப்பயுமே இந்த ரெண்டு விஷயத்தை ஞாபகம் வச்சுக்கோங்க. ஸோ when you step out of this college, a huge world is waiting for you. Because when I was a student like you, I went through all the same thing, okay? I didn't understand certain seriousness of certain issues. I didn't know what was happening. So I just thought we'll pass through college. But so many things are required, right? So just be ready for all that, okay? So I'm a doctor, as you all know. But today, I run my own business. I have other things as well happening. I do counsel my students. Why do I do so many things? Why do I do? Ma'am, I'm a doctor, ma'am. Patient surgery பண்ணுங்க போதுமே. I earn well. போதும்ல? அப்படிதானே we all think. A job is enough, monthly salary, EMI. No, we are not going to sustain. And one such good example is COVID. When COVID happened, work from home came later, but do you know the process in between where people struggle to find a way to run things? COVID did teach us lessons. Restaurants were closed, shopping malls closed, cinema halls. We all know that these businesses were closed. But did we know what did they face from their side? They were not prepared. They were not sustainable. They never thought a pandemic will come and shut them down. But few businesses did sustain even during the pandemic. What were they? Grocery shops, pharmacy, medical companies, hospitals. Why? Because they are blended with your day-to-day life activity. Okay, you will have health issue. It's blended with the human. So hospitals ஓடிட்டே இருந்துச்சு. நமக்கு மெடிசன்ஸ் வேணும் சர்வைவலுக்கு. Pharmacies போயிட்டே இருந்தது. டெய்லி சாப்பிட grocery வேணும். Grocery shops were open. These are the things you have to incorporate with your life when you want something to sustain. Environmental friendly இருக்கணும். உங்க day-to-day activity-யும் அது இருக்கணும். Apart from that, you should also make sure நீங்க எதை sustainable ன்னு நினைக்கிறீங்களோ அது poor-ஆலையும் affordable-ஆ இருக்கணும். அதாவது below the line people, நம்ம அவங்கள நிறைய நேரம் கவனிக்கிறது கிடையாது. ஏன்னா நம்ம என்ன நினைச்சுக்கிறோம்னா we are fine. But remember, when you say you are fine, you should make sure your society is fine well. Okay, so எது நடந்தாலும் the below the poverty line இருக்கிறவங்கள you have to take into consideration. Next is the equality. When you want to develop something sustainable, you should keep in mind equality. It should be accessible by everyone, irrespective of race, religion, caste, or anything. Okay, next is environment. Biodegradable solron, eco-friendly solron, global warming solron. So these are few things that you have to keep in mind, right? So this is sustainable. Now I'll tell you a very thin line of connection with your today's conference topic: research, innovation, and entrepreneurship. கண்டுபிடிங்க, ஒரு விஷயத்தை தேடுங்க, அதை பத்தி ஆராய்ச்சி பண்ணுங்க. That is research. Next is innovate. அதையே எப்படி இன்னைய ஜெனரேஷனுக்கும் அடுத்த next few years, let's say be sustainable for the next 50 years. Please don't take a burden to sustain for, let's say, 100 years. No, do it step by step. For அடுத்த 20 years to 30 years innovate something, and that should be sustainable. And that's the cycle here: research, innovate, and entrepreneurship for sustainability. So நீங்க உருவாக்குற அந்த விஷயத்துக்கு நீங்க ஒரு entrepreneur-ஆ இருங்க. Put it to the public, sell it, என்ன வேணும், right? And why is entrepreneurship very much needed? Any idea? Apart businesses we want to carry forward, illa we have to start a few separate business nu nariya per idea vechirukkinga. But why entrepreneurship? Nariya edathila ipo pesranga entrepreneurship பத்தி. Why? யாராவது ஒருத்தர் லவுடா? Anybody? நானே சொல்லிடலாமா அதையும்? எஸ் மேம். அப்புறம் எப்படி நம்ம ரிசர்ச் பண்றது? அப்புறம் பண்ணிக்கலாம்ல? No problem, let's go there. So being an entrepreneur is important today. Why? The world is fighting and competing very much actively. Okay, I'm a doctor now, but I want to be sustainable. I want to meet my needs. I also want to meet the society's needs. So I need to reach out in different aspects. So what did I do? Someone gave me a knowledge. So I had people who mentored me like this. They said, why don't you start your own charitable foundation? Yes, I did. And then during pandemic, I felt a bit stressed. I wanted to learn something new. That's when I took a degree with the digital marketing. And today that's one of my businesses. So, to be an entrepreneur, it's not about the money or investment, right? Be clear with that. We might have loads and loads of money, our parents might inherit, but do you have knowledge of your own? Have you got the knowledge to be an entrepreneur? Have you got experience? See, this experience word, why I'm emphasizing it, it's very important for entrepreneur. யார் வேணாலும் ஒரு ரெஸ்டாரண்ட் வைக்கலாம். Okay, காசு இருந்தா you can put up a restaurant. But you need to know Chinese foodனா என்ன, Indian foodனா என்ன. Cook, you can ask him to do ரெசிபியில அப்படியே எடுத்து தான் போடுவாங்க. சாம்பார்ல டேஸ்ட் இருக்கா, பருப்பு இருக்கா, எது இருக்கா. You need to have the knowledge. Why? உங்களுக்கு நாலேஜ் இருந்தா தானே ஒரு ஆண்டர்பிரனரா நீங்க ப்ராப்பரா ஹையரிங் பண்ண முடியும். ஒரு ஃபைனான்சியல் நாலேஜ் இருந்தா தானே நீங்க ப்ராப்பரா சேலரி கொடுக்க முடியும். ஒரு ஃபைனான்சியல் பிளானிங் நாலேஜ் இருந்தா தானே உங்க பிசினஸ ஒரு லாஸ் இல்லாம நெக்ஸ்ட் 2 இயர்ஸ்க்கு எப்படி நடத்த முடியும். You can foresee and plan. So to be an entrepreneur, experience or knowledge. I'll put a slash here. Why? Because a lot of people come to me and say, ma'am, I'll take a risk and I'll do. It's okay. The amount that you invest in that particular entrepreneurship of yours is actually investment of your knowledge, which you're doing. Let's say I'm investing 1 lakh in a business. If it goes successfully, you have learned the concept of running it successfully. If it fails, you have learned where you have got it done, where you have made the mistakes, and the amount paid to learn this experience and knowledge is the amount that you have invested. Please take this in the entrepreneurship in a positive way. It's not a loss. Please don't say a business loss. என்னோட entrepreneurship investment is loss னு சொல்லாதீங்க. You are actually paying an amount to gain the experience there. Knowledge there. This is because you don't want to take the experience. Okay? If you are having experience now, innovated. Okay, those are one of them. And adoda variety la you differ in the market. Right? You all love biryani? Singla sandoshma. Pudikumla mutton biryani, chicken biryani. Bucket biryani, right? So I was fascinated when I wanted bucket la biryani saaduvangala. So that difference, biryani is a normal food, but the differences, variation, dum biryani, bucket biryani, fish. See the variation there? That is actually a small innovation that the person is doing in order to differ from others to sustain in the field. Okay? But many people forget here that the sustainability is just for a short term period. So I'll just tell you, நான் ஏன் நிறைய ஃபுட்டை பற்றி சொல்கிறேன்னு சொல்லியிருக்கேன். Because we all like food, that's our day-to-day thing. So I'm keeping that as example for your understanding. One point of time, all this Chinese food were very famous. எல்லாரும் Chinese சாப்பிட்டோம். And suddenly we all shifted to shawarma. எல்லா பக்கம் பார்த்தாலும் shawarma. We want to eat shawarma. And then suddenly we switched to what? We became very traditional. மண் சோறுல தான் மண் சட்டியில சாப்பிடுறது, அந்த மண் பானை கடைக்கெல்லாம் போறது. Then we shifted to beach side food. சுந்தரி அக்கா கடையில தான் சாப்பிடுவோம். இப்போ என்ன ட்ரெண்ட்? பிரியாணி, பக்கெட் பிரியாணி. Can you see the evolution here? இதுல ஏதாவது ஒரு progress அப்படியே ஒரே மாதிரி இருக்கா சொல்லுங்க? Every one of us is changing. And we have some trends. இப்போ இந்த ட்ரெண்ட மீட் பண்ணி you need to sustain அப்படின்னா you need to build a plan for at least next 10 years minimum. you're nearing the 10th year, on the 8th year, you develop a new plan. One such good example is Singapore. Why I will say. So they are 53 years old. Sorry, 53 or 56 if I'm not sure. Right? They plan everything in 40 years ahead. So when they got independence and started planning for an airport, they were not planning for one airport. Please keep in mind. They had a way advanced plan for 50 plus years. Terminal 1, Terminal 2, Terminal 3, Terminal 4, and in next 3 years the Terminal 5 is coming. And you know what? This is all in one stretch area itself. They are not shifting it place to place. Ingo terminal. And you know what? The fifth terminal is going to be COVID friendly. So even if a pandemic comes in, that airport is still going to be operatable. They're not going to shut it down. It's going to be operatable because their model is sustainable for a pandemic. They are prepared in order for a future economic crisis as well. Why economic crisis here? Because during pandemic, we avoid people, right? So that airport is fully robotized with technology. So it's just going to be you entering the airport, taking the flight, walking out of your own, and we don't need people. See, that's all. Right, nice. So it is sustainable and the model is successful because they planned for 50 years. So I want you to take this an example and think about economical adjustments as well. Like a crisis is going to come, is your model sustainable? If a crisis is going to hit, are you able to fight economically? I will not go deeper into economical terms or all that, but I'm telling you, even if an economical crisis hits and you have to shut down your business, make sure your investment planning has at least 8 months of survival money. Okay, and you should never be touching that, right? That 8 months is an average that has been calculated by PhD doctors from Harvard and Oxford, saying if another pandemic hits or anything unexpected hits, the average time we will have to face crisis to recover, until they research for medicine, they innovate vaccines. So it's going to be 8 months. So when you plan, make sure you have your resources to sustain for at least 8 months, right? So research and innovation, I find that everybody says, ma'am, research pandrathu vaisaidum, innovate na. See, research, everybody, you all look at the paper form, but when you have a core idea, when you have the model in your mind to develop, when you have the designs ready, it's easily put into a paper. நம்ம ரிவர்ஸ்ல பார்க்கணும், பேப்பர்ல இருந்தா தான் இனோவேட் ஆகும். இனோவேஷன்ஸ் வில் கம் டு தி பேப்பர். டூ தி ரிவர்ஸ் வே. எவ்வளவு பேர் இங்க ஏதாவது புதுசா இனோவேட் பண்ணணும்லாம் நினைக்கிறீங்க? நான் ஆக்சுவலி ஐ saw something. நீங்களாம் டயர்டா இருக்கீங்க கை தட்டுறதுக்கு. இப்படியே போச்சுன்னா someone will innovate that clapping machine. I think it's already there in some places. It came out of this. Every action in social society is an innovation. Temperature பார்க்கிறதுக்கு கோவிட்ல everybody did not want to do it to every single person. They brought in scanning thermometers, right? So it is how you innovate. You see a lot of social media posts, right? நம்ம பார்ப்போம் நிறைய இந்த Chinese, Japanese, Korean people ஷூ போடுறதுக்கு ஒரு குட்டி மிஷின் வச்சிருப்பாங்க வீட்டுல, இப்படி வித்தியாசமா ஒரு லைட் இருக்கும், எதோ பண்ற மாதிரி ஒரு ரோபோட் இருக்கும். That's all innovation. அவங்க செய்யணும்னு நினைக்கிற ஒரு விஷயம், பட் அவங்களால முடியல. And they innovated it. In the American universities, when you do your masters, innovation is a mandatory paper. In maximum number of management universities, you have to innovate something. So innovation, and when they speak about it, it is you go on the paper, you innovate something, calculate a budget, tell how you will promote it to your audience. How will they purchase it from you? And that is a model that comes until to the end process. It's just that it will not come into the reality, but you do every work. எல்லாமே பண்ணணும் அந்த பேப்பர்ல. So I'll tell you one thing. When I'm a doctor, I wanted to do something innovative. Innovations knowledge, but something sparked to me. Ultrasound machines, it's very big, no? Ultrasound machines, number hospital, so there are a lot of rural places where they don't have access to this ultrasound machines. So my innovation was that now medicine there's a small probe we call. So this probe is used to hear the fetal heartbeat, the baby or a heartbeat probe. It's carryable everywhere. So I just innovated with that idea, saying in the probe heartbeat clear why don't we fix a small digital screen and ultrasound probe, and why don't we carry it to the rural places to do ultrasound for pregnant people, any on the spot injuries. But it's very expensive. But how to simplify it? That is where I innovated it. I said instead of using the original permanent probe, we'll use and throw. So when you use and throw, hygienic issues are covered here. Yarko infection varadu. The cost of manufacturing this use and throw is comparatively lesser than the magnetic probe. So in that way we innovate. See, innovation na develop innovate illa from the scratch. But innovation illana the next 10 to 20 years we will suffer. We will suffer. Right? And also when you talk about sustainable of innovation, do not find a particular idea that is sustainable to you. Okay? Find it in a way that it is sustainable for the users. Okay? In the market or product and that is manufactured by certain companies and they are selling it to you. Namba adukku adapt panikrom. But create models where you adapt and the people use it. In that way, you will sustain longer. You will really sustain it. So one successful model of that is Dr. Ratan Tata's. Okay. So in Maharashtra, I'm talking about let's say 30, 40 years back. So they built a plant, a steel plant. Okay. So this steel plant was built, and that time they used to give planning, budgeting, everything. So the then CEO of that plant said, I want a small pond near the steel plant. And he said, I want to plant some 15,000 trees also. And he asked 15 lakhs to do this in the budget. This is way back. So upon the 15 lakhs, it's a big amount. And everybody questioned it. Why 15 lakhs? Even in plant development use pannalame. But somehow the CEO was very particularly adamant about it. And they also built the pond. And today, you know what? The pond is 15 to 20 times bigger. It holds that many gallons of water. Okay? It has grown up to somewhere around 50,000 trees. And you know what they are doing with this? With the gallons and gallons of water, hydroelectricity is generated for all the nearby villages. With the amount of trees planted, the entire village, around I think 35 to 40, if I'm not wrong, they are benefiting with all the fruits and vegetables that are coming from the plants and the trees. And this is a sustainable model. That 15 lakhs he invested that day. The villages around that particular steel plant is now surviving nicely. They are not opposing the steel plant. Why? It's eco-friendly, it is feeding them. And you know what? Every fruit or vegetable that comes from that plant is affordable. Okay? So you need to also understand the difference between low cost and affordability. Okay? Affordability is something it's available for everyone at a reasonable price. Low cost is when you choose something to go only to the people at a certain level to just satisfy them. If I fix a low cost, in that you all are making a mistake. You're losing your brand, you're compromising on your quality, at times you're also putting yourself into a pressure where you can't survive as well with that amount that you receive, because you have to keep expanding, innovating, and do a lot of research, right? So this is one example that day with the future plan he built that, and today it is sustainably doing well, right? So that much of idea we should need. In innovations, I will again like to pick from Tata itself. So I'm a great fan of Tata sir. So anything that comes up from him, I go take a read. Okay. So when India only had cars from overseas, we did not have a car brand of our own. Okay, we did not have a car brand of our own. We had all the luxury overseas manufactured cars. So they came up with this ambitious idea that they wanted to have an Indian homegrown branded car. So when they wanted to do this, you think they just built a car? No. They were sure they didn't want a luxurious car because they know that in India it will take a longer time for luxurious people to even buy it. And the number of luxurious people are less. So they know that they would not survive. Next, they analyzed the population growth of India. So they were sure by now, when that at least a family will have 4 to 5 members. So they wanted a car that is spacious to have 4 to 5 members of a normal average Indian family and a space for their things. With this model, they created Tata Indica. Okay, and they were also sure that it should be affordable. Please note the point here, it's not low cost. They wanted it to be affordable by every Indian. So they calculated average income of a household, the bank loans, how much they would get. And they came up this idea. But there was a huge glitch there. That is, to build a plant to manufacture a car in India will not be reasonable, it will be way more expensive. And even if they sell the car at 5 lakhs, they will not be able to cover that for a longer time. So after 3 months of research, they came with an innovative idea 30 to I think 20 years back itself. Sorry if I'm not good with the years, okay? There was a SICK plant in Australia, car manufacturing unit. And Tata, with his team, decided they will move this entire plant to India because they can purchase it. The cost of moving it from there to here was reasonable. They decided to come by ship. And they dismantled part by part of that plant from Australia. It took 6 months to reach India and they reassembled it. So that is a research involved with innovation. Innovatively they thought, why should we build here? So why don't we lift it up from there? So lifting doesn't mean apply Hanuman thukittu pora mari illa. Okay. So a lot of things are involved. They break it, they take the machines alone separately. Also they will build a ground here which is going to have all that. So a lot of things are involved, but a research was required and it was all done by people who were like you at those days, who finished college fresh. A lot of new ideas will come after college. Yeah. So because of that, today we have an Indian brand. That's what I wanted to say, which is still sustained. It will not go away. We are still modifying it. We are still making it better and better. So you need research. You need innovation. You understand why this is required. Or else we all will become stagnant. We will have nothing new. We are all enjoying today with all these mobile phones and everything, apps, because somewhere someone is doing research on this and they're coming up with new innovative ideas. One such innovation is the Zoom. We had video calls, but nobody thought about having classes over Zoom, Google Meet, Zoho. They innovated it with the existing idea. We have Skype calls. Why don't we add multiple people? Why don't we give screen sharing? Why don't we also give rooms of discussion? And today it's possible. So one small idea of yours will be a game changer in the future. Nothing goes waste. My good advice to you all is stay happy, enjoy pannunga college. I don't say don't enjoy, but find something somewhere which is going to be saying that இது வந்து பெட்ரிஷியன் காலேஜ்லேருந்து கார்த்திக்னு ஒருத்தர் கண்டுபிடிச்சது, இது கொங்கு காலேஜ்லேருந்து ஸ்வாதின்னு ஒரு பொண்ணு கண்டுபிடிச்சது, and that is the name that you leave behind. And that's going to be sustainable along with your name. நீங்களும் வாழ்ந்து கொண்டே இருப்பீங்க, உங்க ஐடியாவும் போயிட்டே இருக்கும், உங்க ரிசர்ச் இன்னும் மேல மேல டெவலப்டா இருக்கும், and everyone on this world will be benefited. Have a purpose. ஏதாவது ஒன்று இருக்கணும்ல purpose. So that is this, right? So always தேடுங்க, நிறைய தேடுங்க. தேடுங்கன்னா உடனே போய் கூகுள்ல வாட் இஸ் த நியூ சாங், யூடியூப்ல அதையும் தேடுங்க. பட் வாட் இஸ் ஹேப்பனிங் இன் த வேர்ல்டு கொஞ்சம் தேடுங்க. ஓகே, பொலிட்டிக்கலி, ஈக்கனாமிக்கலி, சஸ்டைனபிளி, இப்போ இங்க இருந்து எனக்கு யாராவது 4 இன்னோவேட்டிவான நான் ஒரு ஐடியாஸ் பார்த்தேன்னு ஏதாவது சொல்லுங்களேன். ஈச் ஒன் ஆஃப் யூ. ஆனா இதே if I ask you all about a movie review or music review, everybody is answerable. Why? We take interest in that. கரெக்டா? அதை பத்தி நிறைய தேடுறோம். அது மாதிரி இதையும் கொஞ்சம் தேடி வச்சுக்கோங்க. You will excel well. ஒரு குரூப் ஆஃப் மீட்டிங்ல யாருக்கும் தெரியாத விஷயம் திடீர்னு நீங்க எங்கேயோ பார்த்தது உங்களுக்கு தெரிஞ்சிருக்கலாம். எங்கேயோ பார்த்தது உங்களுக்கு தெரிஞ்சிருக்கும். When you say that, you outstand from them. So have that eagerness to research, தேடுறதுக்கு. அதை வந்து நீங்க யோசிச்சு பாருங்க. இதை ஒரு விஷயம் பார்க்கும்போதே தெரியும். நீங்க சொல்றீங்களா, ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் இந்த கான்ஃபரன்ஸ் முடிச்சு போகும்போது you will say, இல்ல நம்ம டைமிங் கொஞ்சம் குறைச்சு வச்சிருக்கலாம், அந்த ஸ்பீக்கருக்கு பதில் இந்த ஸ்பீக்கர் வந்திருக்கலாம், இவங்க இதை பேசினா நல்லா இருக்கும். See, you are actually researching and improvising whatever that's happening to you. அந்த மாதிரி ஏதாவது உங்களுக்கு ஒரு வித்தியாசமா ஐடியா வரும், திங்க் பண்ணிட்டே இருங்க. Keep thinking and keep learning and keep learning. அது எதுவா வேணாலும் இருக்கட்டும். நீங்க புக்கு தான் படிக்கணும் அப்படின்னு இல்லை, ஏதோ ஒரு ஆர்ட் ஃபார்மை பத்தி பார்க்கலாம், ஏதோ ஒரு குளோபல் நியூஸை பத்தி தெரிஞ்சுக்கலாம். You will never know where you will land. You will never know. I never wanted to go to US. Honestly speaking, I never want to go to US. And listliye actually solrona, but I did end up there, and I like it. You never know. And when I went there, I had to compete with people above my knowledge. Appo na nariya theda vendiyadhu irundhathu. I had to spend time to match on what is their country like, enna anga irukku, what are they doing. So they are doing a lot of innovations and sustainability, really eco-friendly things. Global warming, they are paying more attention. So we have this water there. So we get water from the supermarkets there. So our water cans, which are 5 liters, I can just go again and keep filling it again and again. I don't have to buy all waste. They segregate their waste to make it biodegradable. They use it as manure. Number India la irukku kuppu totti. Beach la lam besan nakal we have the 3 colors, but எத்தனை பேர் அந்த கலர் பார்த்து we throw it. So you take one step in doing something, someone will take another step. So when each of you will take a step, a research that is done by someone will be effective. That research will become an innovation when you try to improvise it or find something from scratch. And you become an entrepreneur for very own innovation and research of your own. Okay? Be the bosses of your own innovation and research. Don't waste your time sitting in someone else's company helping them develop. Be your own boss. When I said this, one student asked me, எல்லாமே பாஸ் ஆயிட்டா யார் எம்ப்ளாயி ஆவாங்க? நான் இன்னைக்கு இத்தனை பேரையும் பாஸ் ஆகுங்கன்னு சொல்றேன். நிறைய பேர் will take it seriously and will become a boss. There are still going to be people who can't put up with it, but they will be very much knowledgeable in innovating and researching something. Use them. It's a mutual thing. You become a boss and get your resources right? So be a boss. Okay? So spend your time happily. சந்தோஷமா இருங்க. The depression, anxiety, இந்த மாதிரி vocabulary words லியோ இல்ல யூடியூப், இன்ஸ்டாகிராம்லாம் பார்த்து don't divert yourself. நிறைய தேடுங்க. அதில் ஏதாவது ஒரு ரிசர்ச் பண்ணுங்க. ஓகே, அதுல ஏதாவது உங்களுக்கு கருத்து இருக்கிறத மாற்றணும்னா இன்னோவேட் பண்ணுங்க. நாளைக்கு அதுலேயே சக்ஸஸ்ஃபுல்லாக வருங்க. And that's why I said thank you, because I'm using somewhere your product. Right? So have a great day to all of you. I would like to thank the management of Arts and Science College and Patrician College of Arts and Science. Right? I'll see you all in some part of the world when you all are very successful. Right? Congratulations and best wishes. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Your motivation speech has inspired us beyond the level. Now I would like to call Dr. Muthukumar Ravel, Head Department of Corporate Secretaryship, Petition College of Arts and Science to propose the opening thanks.
Good morning to one of our present here. It gives immense pleasure to propose vote of thanks on behalf of organizing departments and institutions. First and foremost, I thank Almighty God for His blessings. My sincere gratitude to our chief guest, Dr. Iniyat Tendral, co-founder Make Educational Trust and Charitable Foundation, who had enlightened us on all the key aspects of the conference. Thank you, madam, for sparing time with us and for the wonderful introduction keynotes which you have shared with us. My sincere thanks to the dignitaries of Congo Arts and Science College in Gangaville, correspondent of this motivation, Dr. Vasudevan, Dean of Academic for the felicitation, Dr. Alagappan, Head Department of Corporate Section with CA and Professional Accounting for the chief guest introduction. My special thanks to the dignitaries of Patrician College Director and Secretaries, Brother Dr. Stanless, Academic Director Dr. Fatima Vasan, Principal Dr. Usha George, Vice Principal Dr. Meena Shiftuan and Dr. Aurigamiri Geeta Das Shipitu for their constant support and guidance. My sincere thanks to Dr. Alagappan, Head Department of Corporate Stewardship, CA and Professional Accounting, and Dr. Manjusha, Head Department of Accounting and Finance, Patrician College of all the effort taken as convener to make this program come true. My heartfelt wishes to the organizing committee of both the institutions who had worked round the clock in a systematic way to conduct this international conference. I extend my special thanks to Dr. Steve Priam, PIDC coordinator, who had been the point of contact in making these two institutions come together for meaningful exchange of knowledge. My heartfelt thanks to all the students and faculty members from both the institutions who have joined for this knowledge enhancement program. I extend my gratitude to Mr. Jayasingam for capturing the memories and Kamal and his team for all the logistic arrangement. Once again, I thank you all for your presence and active participation. Thank you.
Will be joining in next 10 minutes. Till then, kindly maintain silence. Kindly be seated. I request Dr. Mithun Ravi to take up the seat on the dais. So we have the welcoming of our resource person by Professor Sonia. Madam, please do the honor. I think if any of you would have got the chance of Googling and Google G la quoted, if you put language, you can see that the name quoted along with Startup India. So famous he is, he's a project lead. You would guess, looking at his appearance, he's very young. Yes, he's very young. And because of all his efforts and knowledge, the commitment he has over here as a resource person. So, on behalf of Petishan College of Arts and Science and Kogu Arts and Science College, I deeply take this pleasure in inviting Sir. As you all know that it is the key word in our conference. So on entrepreneurship, startup, and there are a lot of budding entrepreneurs among us. So I think this will be a very good opportunity for you to get all the various kind of initiatives that are being taken up by the government. Sir is a very important person as he's connected into it. He will give you all the vital points, so please make note of it. And at the end of the session, I think it will be really very fine that you people will be aspiring to become entrepreneurs. So we welcome you, sir, and I request Dr. Muthukumarave to honor our resource person with a floral bouquet. Now I request sir to share the knowledge, whatever he is having within him. So I request everyone to have a writing pad and a pen to make note of all the points. Google பண்ணாம சில விஷயங்கள் கிடைக்காது. So you have the person over here who have the complete database. So kindly get all the information. Welcome, sir.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for the warm welcome. And thank you so much for joining us here for this session. I'm not sure how much things we'll try to cover up, but we'll try to give maximum games. What Madam said, like database complete learning and all, it's true because of we all learn together from transition way from each other. So let's try to dive in slowly on all the aspects what we do and all. Can you share this screen? Yeah. So I'm from Startup Tamil Nadu. How many of you know about Startup TN before hearing or before seeing here? Startup TN, anyone? Oh, nobody heard about it. Okay, the next good time that I will share with you. The Startup TN is a government entity. Startup Tamil Nadu. It's a Tamil Nadu based entity to promote entrepreneurship culture in health state. So we have many schemes, many programs to support all startups and entrepreneurs who have just started their journey and all. How many of you already started your startup or want to start your startup? Can I have a hand? How many of you want to start? Nobody wants to start a startup? Okay. Okay, fine. Let me just rephrase it. How many wanted to bring some new things in the startup ecosystem or new thing in the society? Are you guys building something which is helpful for the society? Okay, great. 1%. Nice. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Okay. I got it. What do you say? Yeah, please come. So he's trying to create a food tech startup. Like there is thinking to setting up some new franchise or some food chain, food restaurant chain and all. So the basically what I would say is don't think it startup is like you need to set up a complete big business. That's what everybody think of that you need to have big billion huge fund to start with. So only startup is not for. Startup is like whatever idea you have it, like small idea or very minimal idea where you felt like you want to automate anything. Like just example, this whole you wanted to switch off the light or switch on the light by using your mobile phone and all. Like you have this small thought in your head, and the moment you try to bring this thought into the viable mode, like in the real time action, and you try to create a like community or your customer base around it. So that's called all the startup. Generally, business aspect is like whatever already existing, buy that in some cost and sell it at. Like there is capital cost involved. And startup is like you will be hypothetical mode. You will be get valued in terms of future some random number and you will get paid on that. So that's a startup, more on like ideation stage is on creative age you work on. So that is those. So you need not get worried about it, but let's try to dive on it, what other people are doing it and how it can be helpful for you. Let me tell you one by one. So startup team is our, as I mentioned, it's a state common agency. We are responsible for creating startup ecosystem statewide. So we have divided from the state into four regions, Madurai, Tirunelveli, Erode, and Chennai Hub. And we have dedicated centers set up over there. So we have our team members over there who try to help out the startups who are growing that region. And we have our central level Chennai, we are operating. We want to build real time now. So we have one fund for that. That's close to 10 lakh rupees. That we give to our startup so that can be passive. We have many incubator like sometimes what happens when you starting stage, you need lot of capital or lot of office space or lot of support in required initial days. For that incubation center have been set up. Institute also will be there and other part of the state also incubation centers are there. So what we do as a startup team, we enable them, we conduct so many capacity building program for them and provide any excessive resources so that they can perform their education practice more better way and at state level provide support them also. There also we have funding support also we provide to them as a grant to them so that they can through their grant they can support the startups in their region. Second, we do the public procurement relaxation. It's like when you building something, you feel the government self is the first customer, can be your customer. Then we will create some model, like we have already created a model where we can pitch to the government department and sell your stuff. And we don't need generally you see that government has tender process. They cannot buy anything from anybody. But as a startup, you have relaxation up to 50 lakh rupees of the order will be given to you without even in a tender. So that we have created. We have a startup kit portal. I would encourage all of you for who already started, who are working on your startup idea now. Go ahead on the startup kit portal and apply there. You become as an individual explorer of the portal. The moment you become a part of the portal, you will get all the updates, whatever program we are doing it, whatever the initiative we are doing. We have launched a startup in Brand Labs, and this is a Brand Labs community forum where we help startups to build their brand, like how the brand should be, how they should position themselves into the market. So that brand building activity happens. So for that we have created community, which is community driven initiative, which is driven by the successful entrepreneurs who have built their successful brand. They help the budding entrepreneurs to make their brand how they can position themselves. And we created a startup in Launchpad is another platform where the startup, let's say, when you have built a startup, you wanted to launch. So we will give you a platform where at the state level you can launch. When you launch it, there will be some minister or celebrity there who will help you to innovate or reveal your product. And we will do the good publications, good publicity about your product, and do the DMPR and various sources what we have. And isn't how I mentioned you already that we have divided into 4 regions. So we have set up a hubs over there. We conduct so when you have already those things. So for the growth skills that we have come up with the idea of doing accelerator program. We help you to go to next stage after launching your product. Whenever we are in the growth stage. We have the circles, startup team like we have divided the region I told you. After region we have all the district wise circles. So because it's more and more, we have this now this concept like circle model. So every district have one circle. So if you want to research something, if you don't want to research directly, you can use circle and we will get more information out of it. So that's the interesting gap. The thing. And we have the tablet. That's the standard tablet that you can do your own prototype. The prototype using laboratory and all. So we are excited about that. So these are the initiatives of the startup team, whatever is started, and there are many more are there, which I'll let you know the future conversation. Okay. So now this is the exciting journey now. I have told you about the startup team, what we do. Now I want you to answer questions like possible yes or no, or raise your hand. I will not ask you more or less. So let me just take you through the entrepreneurship journey, how people start, or why they should start, and how this can be helpful. Before giving one simple, I'll give you one simple story of one startup. There was one student of one of the university who was developing an electric motor. It just started with a concept that he come up with. Tesla has electric motor, same concept, same ideology he inspired. He built a small version of the motor, scaled down version, size was it had to be really compact. He had struggled for 5 years. First 5 years, I think he has put up close to 10 lakhs to 15 lakhs rupees out of his fund. And that's when the business started. He took 5 years of spend. Today, day for yesterday, if you see the newspaper, he has this 200 crores, 200 CR from this product. So, and 88% equity diluted, that means 100% 200 crore from my name. So, he started his story like just with a motor, and today he ended up with a very big giant with a 200 CR. He was regretting, I'm not sure he was regretting or not. Many of his friends have good salary, good earnings, and good companies and all. And he has chosen this path. But after 5 years, you see 200 CR, which is like nowhere mentioned anywhere, whatever gets that. So this is where it happens. Like safely our startup also have done. I just will take you one by one to see how we can look at that, how the startup journey actually begins. And if it sounds interesting for you, you can also start, and I'm always here to have a discussion with you and help you out. And after this, we'll have a Q&A as well. If you have some doubts, we can discuss. Next slide. Okay. My first question to you: why are you here? Is it something you thought like you will have some fun time or you will get some good learning from entrepreneurship? May I know why are you here? Anyone of you? Why are you here? Okay, next slide. Next slide, please. So I have taken assumption that you are here because you have ideas which you want to convert into successful business. I'm taking assumption that you have. So if you answer something clear, so what is business according to you? What do you think? What is a business according to you? Okay, can you check the slide? Next slide, please. You can check the slide. Oh, no, you are checking. Okay, next slide. Okay. So many of you think like the startup is about the product, the business is the product. Second slide. Okay. And many of you think like the business is the technology. Next. Business plan. Next. It's what the company vision, how you start. Next. Team, who build it up. Next. Okay, so investors. So many of you take the assumption that the business is this. If you have the right idea, right team, right industry with you, that's for business. But if you actually see, it's not the way. Next slide, please. The business should be, or business only is, next, the paying customer. So if you can identify the right opportunity where people are ready to pay for your services, that's called business. And that is the business should be set up. It's not like you have started working on your idea and like you feel like you are passionate about it, you want to build on it, but when you go on the ground, there's people ready to buy for it. That doesn't make sense at all, right? That become hobbies first. So what are you building to look at how viable this business is? And for to check that, you just need to check you should have a paying customer. Customers should be ready to pay for it, whatever service you are offering. So that's the first check what you have to do. From next slide. Okay, this is very interesting. I'm sure you will be right. Who is the biggest employer according to you? Who is the biggest employer globally? Any random guess. Who is the biggest employer? Huh? Please go ahead. Entrepreneur? Entrepreneur is the biggest employer? Okay, very close by. Next. Good, very close. And who is the biggest employer? Customer? No. Biggest employer. Employer, like how you have Google, Microsoft. Huh? CEO, okay. CEO is like a more like a position. I'm asking like who is the biggest employer? You understand employer is no? Employer like TCS or this particular employer, this company. Okay, fine. Let's end this next. Next slide, please. Next slide. Inefficiency. If you see the inefficiency is the biggest employer. Anyway, they are existing because of inefficient system. Inefficiency, when you try to make it efficient, that becomes business. So, if you see why Apple exists, why Google exists, why TCS is there, everybody has tried to solve and have made from inefficient to efficient path. So, if you see whatever way you are working on, whatever startup you are building up, see where is the inefficiency is there. So, he said the food chain, the one of the startup what you want to work on, food startup. Like what inefficiency already there, if you identify, your path become very more simpler. So, for this example, you can go next slide. Next slide. So, these are some examples like IICTC, can go back. IICTC, Ola, Zomato, Swiggy, Flipkart, Paytm. You see these all examples that they are the people, if you see in Bangalore, they went from inefficiency to efficiency. And then how we should book the car. Either we should call fast or we should take the local vehicles from there and we kind of park there, take that turn, take that turn, and come to this destination, right? Now, how simple it is. Just open the app, put the destination where you want to go, and you are right you know, inefficiency, like raising hand, doing multiple calls, calling a number and cab comes, which used to take close to 30 to 40 minutes of your time, and still you will not be satisfied because of the cost transparency. Now you have efficient system, mobile app in your hand. So that's called efficiency challenge. If you see IoT, before this you would be going to the platform to get the contaminant or the commodity. Now you have that platform IoT. Just 2 minutes click away and you get the book again. You don't need to go to any place. Then we have Swiggy, like they have made it easier for us to book food and get the food on time or get food or ready food on time to our place without wasting time to go at the location or see the browsing the menu and all. Just you click it what you want to eat and you get the food. So if you see central life, they are trying to create one transition from inefficiency to the efficient system. And that's what we have to think of when you start as a startup. If you have that kind of mindset, you might end up in the right problem solving instead of solving the problem which you're passionate about, but there's no viability. Same problem which you're passionate about with a commercial viability. You have to think of if you have this kind of mindset. But next slide. So what happens actually when a new startup starts, they have a two kind of customer behavior. What they transit. The person who transit, the startup who transit from A unit to B, that's called the golden mine according to me. But that's solution provider, the product is who's transiting they get $1 million business. So I give an example, no? The RIESED automotive, the motor who made it, he tried to make a small the existing commercial motor into a smaller version of it. And he's getting behavior from A to B. A was big bulky motor and all, heavy motor, and fitting in the car and all. B behavior is small, compact, and high performance motor. So the transition to where it become gold mine. Same way we see all over A behavior, we used to raise hand, do multiple calls, book cab. Now B behavior, instead we just open a mobile phone and book the cab. So in between two of comes, they will transition and they get business from A to B. So that's called customer behavior changes. And the when behavior changes because of you, you pay $1 billion of business. So try to build in your idea of here, like from the A behavior to B, or any behavior customer, if you transition to B behavior, that will be helpful for you and that comes any problem as well. Next slide, please. Next slide. Next slide. Next slide. Yeah. Generally, look at that. What you see over here, if you go to see some patient in the hospital, how it looks like. Any problem you feel here? Anything you feel that there is some problem here? Any problem you feel over here? There is something which is not right or right, but something which is holding you back. Yeah, please go ahead. I just get it. Okay. 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 Thanks for the answer. So, uh, if you see, there is a patient sitting over here. He's on ventilator, and he has to be ventilated for longer time period. He cannot move out or go more area. And being on ventilator is very costly, and that's what this all about. See, one of the entrepreneurs like you went there. He saw that this is a big problem. His friend was sick, lying on the bed, and he could not go home, or the hospital bills are going so high because of this issue. This giant machine ventilator. So this guy has come up with a concept called portable ventilator. He saw the problem. He saw the problem and he started working on it to solve it out. And he come up with this concept. Very small, portable and light machine. And luckily it has come before the COVID time. I never seen that That's a column. I rather get contact with the patient and then see them and come back. But he still went there and stood there and found that there is a column there. And then he built his own smaller version of it. So that's when it started. So my idea, what I was trying to tell you is, what are the ideas you're working on? See that how you can make more commercial viability and look at the everything, every problem is one of the opportunity. Like, can I fit in here with my experience, my learning, whatever I'm doing? Just try to look at that. So think of that. Somebody understood, guys. You tell you no. Is it? You guys are enjoying? You are getting the information what I'm trying to convey you. Yeah. So I'm here to help you. If you are starting up something new, I'm here for you. Just what I want just like since attention from your side so that you get it better. And if you have really some good doubts, you can discuss about it. I'm here for you. So if you have any doubts, you can ask me. But you're getting right, like what startup means, what I'm saying, like how the inefficiency you should try to solve, how you should bring the commercial model out of it, how you can change the customer behavior so that you become one of the machine or you become the result so that people change their behavior style and they are not your way. Tomorrow you come up with the concept over a flying car, who one of you might make it have invented and come with the model like okay tomorrow the flying car will come, you don't need to go on normal bus or the traffics. So it's all possible. So we are talking about all the possibilities, how we can go next. The entrepreneur's who is starting, his first goal is to identify the right problem, which is what's for him. That's the only way he should get it. Find the really problem which is worth solving. So after you identify the problem, your second work should do this. Your initial research has to do with the benefit of the people, nothing to do with your solution. If you come up with your idea, then your next step should be to think of more and more like what are the customer's specific issues, all the pain points, and don't even try to jump to solution directly. Think of how the painful solutions or issues are there, how you can help them to get out of that. And for that, generally people do customer surveys, they do interviews of the customers, they do observations like how the customer actually taking the service what you're trying to take care. So that all things are there. So initial research to do with that. Next slide. People do not care. That's what you build up, best plan, best team. They care for next slide. For the next slide. They care if you provide value to them from the source that is just at a price that makes sense. You see that the right value propositions and target customer segment, customer relationship are relevant. So when you serve, you will be having your own customer target base, like who will be aware to your services. So what value you bring it up, how trust you create, and the price, how cost can work. It should be your version of it, what you're trying to put it up. It should make sense for us. They should be ready to pay even higher cost as well. But this all should make sense for them. So if this is things you do, then only this will make sense for them to find out the product. There was one company called EPS Printing Technology. So everybody uses a printer where they are buying the cartridge, ink, pen, and all. This person has tried to solve by making the machines on where you buy one time machine and it will try to carbonize your paper and you get lifetime free cost, like lifetime free printing. you don't need to pay any amount of printing side. So now the concept of inkless printing technology, you don't need cartridge, you don't need ink also. You will galvanize the paper and print on the paper. So whenever people start the journey, they start with the MVP, you go next for the validation of the product, and then they jump to the growth stage. So generally when the people start, they do first commercial the company, like how they should be, their mission, what all the criteria are. Next they go for the validation, like this is making sense for the customer or not, or for the market validation, is making sense or not. Then they go for the last growth stage, where they scale up, when they, okay, now this has made sense for the people, and now we should go for the next stage. So this is an idea at start. Then they go for MVP. They get the check the validation of the product that is making sense for the crowd or market or not. If so, other than go for the growth stage. Next, next slide. And same way when general people start the startup, they follow this way. Like most of the fund they initially try to compete with their own money. Second, they go to raise a good amount of money from angel capital or they go to HNI. So after that, they go to the series round of investment raise. Okay. So these are the sources where we generally all the funders are sitting. They provide fund like 6 states. There are many university centers are there. Any hardware facilities are there. So many private incubators, SNIs, and many government schemes you can avail when you in 6 states. Second is your angel rounds. You can reach out to many Chennai angels are there in Chennai, or you can reach out to Indian angels or hundreds VC. Many are there in the angel round. You can go to VC cap. VC also if you need a big amount of fund, you can reach out to them. Generally, grants are also available in the government, like especially team government is effectively working on and creating multiple grant opportunity for the budding entrepreneurs. Especially the first round is IPP voucher, which is close to 2 lakh rupees only. 2 lakh rupees grant only, but that's on ideation stage. You just started your journey, you can go and finish there. So IPP voucher is there. Second voucher is 5 lakh rupees voucher. That voucher for more like you have validated your idea. Now you can go and invest more on your MVP development or product development phase. And lastly, come cancel, which is 10 lakh rupees grant. So you can avail all of that first. Next step. Well, last step. So this is what I have wanted to cover. Now I have touched all the base. Floor is open for you. Like if you have any questions, you can ask me now. Please. So his question is that he's not about to come up with the idea that whatever idea is working on, how Generally, what happens? If any startup will start, what I would suggest, like any idea is wrong, go for a customer survey. Like sometimes our technology or our innovative product does not get appreciated in the market. But sometimes like when you directly try to solve the problem, which is pain point, it might help you out. He has identified that he has a problem, right? He's not able to how this innovative methodology or innovative way of pitching his idea or innovative way of disseminating more how innovative product can be. But I would suggest like before jumping to that, do the customer survey, do meet your customers whose problem you try to solve and see are you able to make sensible product for them themselves? And it will not be more innovative. It can directly solve the problem. That's also cool. So think of that direction. Any other doubt? Okay. Any other doubt? Okay. Can I ask another? Okay. Guys, any other doubts if you have here? Or can you have any questions? Okay, how many of you already started your startup journey? I could see one person. Any one of you who wanted to know? If you don't have any questions, let's wind it up. Okay, thank you so much. Are you ready? Thank you. And I have no email ID over there. If you have any doubts, feel free to reach us out. And we do many events and startup activities. And very funny things will come up. What I will do, I will keep sharing through net and will try to reach you out. And we are doing a chemistry building program for entrepreneurs. I'll share the form with the madam. And given that any one of you interested, you can go ahead and fill it up and we'll try to reach you out. And if you are suitable for the cohort, we'll take you inside the cohort as well. And do apply for many grant schemes are there. It's 1 lakh, 2 lakhs, 5 lakhs, 10 lakhs. It's simply money. You don't need to internet one, but yes, it should be utilized for the startup. So if you are working on something like that, please do reach us. We are here for it. Any doubts you have, feel free to reach us out. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I would like to call Professor Florence, Department of Accounting and Finance, Traditional College of Arts and Science, to take over.
Good morning to all. Thank is such a word that cannot be seen or touched. It must be felt by God. I would like to take this opportunity to thank Mr. Nico's Council, startup leader in Tamil Nadu. Thank you, sir, for enlightening us and sharing us your knowledge, findings, opinions on today's international conference on research, innovation, entrepreneurship for sustainable economic development. Thanks for all the inputs and the updated information on startup for all the fresh minds who are present here. Thank you, sir.
Student, please down.
We request the students to take your seats. Please don't leave. Kindly be seated. You will be given a slot for the lunch. So please be seated.
The second session of this international conference is going to deal with innovation. The second session of this international conference is going to deal with innovation. Rational thinking led to innovation. Innovation led to the birth of Renaissance in this modern world. Actually, this international ritual conference itself is an innovation. May I request Dr. G. Gomati, Assistant Professor, Department of Corporate Secretaryship with CA and Professional Accounting, Congo Arts and Science College, to welcome the gathering and introduce our honorable speaker. Please, ma'am.
Good afternoon to all. It's my immense pleasure to welcome you for the International Conference 2022. I heartily welcome our chief guest, Mr. Khalid Sulman Ali Salegi, Principal, Head of the Departments, faculty members, and students of both colleges to this wonderful occasion. It is a pleasure to introduce today's chief guest, Mr. Khalid Sulaiman Al Salegi. He holds bachelor degree in English Literature from Sultan Qaboos University and MBA from University of Bedfordshire. He has more than 14 years of rich local and international experience in innovation, marketing, communication, and investment professional. He worked on a variety of projects in different sectors and handled various promotional strategies and international events management within and outside Oman. Mr. Khalid has strong leadership skills and professional public speaker in many international events and represent Madden in UK, Germany, India and China. Once again, I welcome you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Now I request a reputed speaker to express his views on innovation. Please, sir.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me, please?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay, I'll share my presentation right now. So this is trial, right? Okay. Do you see my presentation?
Yes, sir. It is visible.
All right. So I'll go quickly through the presentation. It talks about Industrial Innovation Academy. First of all, my apologies for this technical issue happened, but to be resolved. And I'll be focusing on the incubation centers here in Oman. And I'll take you through the incubation programs that we are running as incubators. And we have both, like the setup offices and also the industrial incubators. And then we'll talk about how do we incubate and whom do we incubate and what do we provide in terms of services and other values. And we can discuss that in details. And first of all, I'll be focusing on establishing the Industrial Innovation Academy and how it is aligned with Oman's Vision 2040. Along with that, we'll talk about the government, how they enhance the arm of economic development in terms of innovation and entrepreneurship in Oman, and the role of IIA into innovative arm in Oman and ensure its achievement of Oman's future vision. We'll talk about the incubation program itself, and this to offer integrated, of course, services and developed programs for the youth in general, and those who would like to start up their small enterprises here in Oman, the micro businesses. So we do provide them with a lot of training, soft skills training, and also offices set up with all utilities required. And of course, that to develop their skills and enhance their capability to start their businesses into the market. And of course, this provides a transfer of knowledge and technology also to the entrepreneurs. And we do have an overall understanding of the environment of incubators. And I can give examples like what are the incubators, who are the angel investors, what do accelerators do, and what is the hybrid. So we'll be talking about that and importance of incubation in general, how it is, how is the role and overall in the Middle East, North Africa, and worldwide as well. We'll take some examples, and we'll talk about some of the countries who already have, accelerator programs and incubations, and how that helps the entrepreneurs and enhance innovation into these countries. And this is the map where it shows Oman entrepreneurship ecosystem in terms of financing, government, in terms of policies, education as programs, and supported organizations, also in terms of media and how is that promoted across the nation. These are the types of incubators which we're currently running as Industrial Innovation Center. It's a mix of both, like they set up offices, central incubators, and we have this also soft landing programs, which welcomes international students and investors who'd like to set up their businesses here in Oman. And we provide them a mix of both the offices, the environment, with a lot of training. And also we link them with the stakeholders in Oman and the business owners as well, so they can start their businesses. In terms of industrial incubations, we have Al-Madar incubation. This talks about ceramic products used from local material, and that comes in different shapes of like table sets, cups, coffee cups, and all. We also have cattle feeds incubator, and that is tested. We have imported some of the international production lines, which helps students and the entrepreneurs to learn how to process. And we relying on, we do a lot of processing. So we try to push this in terms of enhancing the community by establishing small and medium enterprises and do some fisheries processing, because currently what happens is that we mainly export those fisheries as raw. And also we have fish and food and beverages incubators, and also another incubator. And then we'll talk about in details about the central incubator. What do we provide? These some of the photos. What is the incubation process? We'll be elaborating on that, and also we'll talk about the services. So that's in general. And thank you for hosting me. I'm looking forward. Yeah. Do you hear me?
இந்த மைக்குக்கு சவுண்ட் வைடா. Okay. Thank you, sir, for presenting an innovative speech and igniting our minds towards innovation. Gratitude has been an expression of culture, humanity, and thankfulness for ages. I would like to call Ms. R. Goklavani, Assistant Professor, Department of Corporate Secretaryship with CA and Professional Accounting, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Good afternoon to all. I would like to thank the management and principals of both the concern for their support and encouragement. I extend my special thanks to Mr. Khalid, Sulaiman and Salgi for accepting our request and delivering his wonderful thoughts. Next, I would like to thank the head of the department of both the colleges, my colleagues and the faculty members of Cartesian College of Arts and Science, Chennai. Last, I would like to thank all the students for their willingness to help us in making their occasion a grand success. Thank you once again.
Thank you, ma'am.